Historic Huff Hall is the site for some Big Ten men's gymnastics today on Big Ten Plus. The Illinois Fighting Illini welcome in the Penn State Nittany Lions for a top 6 matchup in the country. I'm Andrew Berkey alongside Hassan Idodu. And Hassan, it's going to be a really good one, mainly because of the star gymnast we have here today. And for Penn State, we have to mention reigning Big Ten Gymnast of the Week, Josh Carnes.
Yep, Josh Carnes has been looking really good, and so has Penn State. They've been putting up some big scores, they've been staying consistent, and they've been getting their job done at each and every single competition. So it's going to be a good fight today.
And on the other side, it may be senior day for the Fighting Illini, but it's a freshman we're taking a look at. Matthew Wynn, who's a freshman on the team with you, put up big scores last week.
Yep. Matthew Wynn has been looking really good in and out of the gym. He's been preparing mentally and physically really well, and that kind of showed last week. You know, all the work that he's been putting in got that big score for him, and let's see if he can replicate that today as well.
Well, we're fired up to get this one started. And let's take a look at the coaches for today. For Penn State, it's going to be Randy Jepson in his 34th season. Right now, you're looking at Daniel Ribeiro in his 3rd season with the Fighting Illini, which resulted in 2 top 5 finishes in the NCAA in his first 2 seasons at the helm. Now we're going to start on the floor today. It's going to be Vahe Petrosian.
Starting off with a front double pike, very nicely done, good landings. The key to floor is making sure that you're landing very properly and in an upright position just like that. That was awesome. So far, this routine's been going so good. Let's see if he can keep it up. Beautiful flare sequence. Now he must hold his handstand for 3 seconds. And very nicely done there by Vahe Petrosian. And of course, the beautiful scale.
He's a sophomore from Los Angeles, California.
Beautiful. Now he's winding up for his last pass. It's going to be a back double pike. Let's see if he could put it down for the Illini. Beautiful. Really, really well done. Hyping up the crowd, that's what we like to see.
You see the energy, you hear the crowd. I mentioned it before, it is senior day as we take a look back at the final part of his routine. And couldn't be a much better start for the Fighting Illini.
For sure, this was a very good start for them. Now let's see, we have Casper.
Casper Garnizek for the Nittany Lions is starting it off. The junior from Selesian.
Now he does have an interesting start. He's going to start going, he's going to do the scale first and then go down the side of the floor, which is unusual. Beautiful start. Very nicely done. Very nicely done there as well. That's called a full double front.
The Nittany Lions are the number 7 floor team in the country. The Fighting Illini come in at number 3, so 2 powerhouses duking it out right now.
Indeed. He's doing his Russian sequence on the floor. Very nicely done as well. It's important to breathe throughout this exercise as it can be a very tiring event for your body. So making sure your breathing is proper is very important. Very nicely done there as well. A back 2.5 punch half. And as his dismount, and he gets to stick. Very well done by Casper.
And you see a little shrug afterwards. He's happy with his starting spot. Score's starting to roll in. It's going to be a 13.45 for Vahe Petrosian to start it off. And we're going back on over to the Fighting Illini for Will Hauk,
who's a senior.
Bit of a bittersweet feeling on this senior day.
For sure, for sure. Will has been looking absolutely phenomenal. Let's see what he could do today.
5th year from Indianapolis, Indiana. An All-American.
Beautiful. That's the way you want to start your routine off. Now, this is a very unique skill right here. It's called a mana. He's supposed to be completely parallel to the floor. That was just shy of that, but it was pretty good, I'd say. Beautiful right there again. 2.5 punch lay. Very straight legs, pointed toes. Good landing there. Let's see. Got 2 more passes to go. He gets the stick as well. Now, like I said, it's important to breathe here. It can get a little wobbly, but that was very well done by Will. Now, he's going to wind up for the dismount here. Can he put it down? And yes, he can. Very well done.
And a good start to his senior day, one of the team captains for the Fighting Illini. And we talked about this guy in the open. It's going to be Josh Carnes.
Winds up for his first pass. Very well done. Very well done. Yeah. Seen that pass again. Done by Will. Wind up for the flare sequence. Josh has a very beautiful gymnastics, very floaty and nonchalant. It's like it almost looks effortless for him. There's a back 1.5 punch tuck full. Good scale as well. Now he winds up for his dismount. Very well done as well. Good routine by Josh Carnes.
Carnes trying to keep it up. The first score for Casper is going to be a 13.15. Talking about another senior and another team captain, here is Amari Sewell in his final meet of his career at Huff Hall.
Amari's got he's got so much power on this event. It's really incredible to watch. You could just see he just flies in the air. Beautifully done, double pike right there. And a double-double, very difficult skill. 2 flips, 2 twists in the air. You can tell he's just enjoying this routine. He's just smiling through. He's kind of just doing what he knows how to do best. And that's how you do good gymnastics. It's just trusting your training and making sure you go out there without no hesitation that you will hit this routine to the best of your ability. And a very nice scale done by him as well. Beautiful. He gets the stick. There as well. Almost done. He's got to make sure that he keeps his breathing going. Kind of last moment of concentration as he winds up for the dismount. Back double pike. And a good landing. Good landing for the senior, Amari Sewell.
And he does his part, hyping up the crowd. Blows a kiss as well. Let's see a quick replay of that. Hauk's score came in. It's a 13.6. Carnes got a 13.65.
Those are some big scores. Now
Yeah.
we got
Michael Artlip.
Yep. Michael Artlip, we like to say he's like a sticking machine. He just sticks. So let's see how many sticks he can get in this routine.
The grad student from Bel Air, Texas.
Good landing. Good landing. Another one, a little off. Ooh, nice transition there. Butterfly. Don't see those too many. He does have a very artistic way of doing gymnastics as well. And there's the Y scale.
When you talk about he's a stick machine, he got third in the Big Ten championships last year.
He did, yeah. Good back 2.5 there as well. But so far, we haven't seen a stick, and there is one right there. Let's see if he could put this dismount down. Really good routine for him right now. There it is. Now in this new code, every time you stick a dismount, that gets you an additional 1/10 of a point, which is very important. It could be the determining factor of winning and losing a competition.
And he was able to stick that last one. Garrett Shuli's coming on the floor, the sophomore for the Illini.
Garrett does have a really big opening pass right here. A lay double-double. 2 flips in the air and 2 twists in a stretch position.
Amari Sewell's score came in, it was a 13-2. And they're going to look for a strong finish here from the sophomore from Sarasota, Florida. He had a 13-5-5 last week in the win over Army and Greenville.
Massive. That was absolutely massive. Wow. Really good double front as well. Just needs to keep this going. Good. That was really nice as well. So Gary is the anchor for the Illini, which means that he is the last one to go on this event. And usually the anchor is the strongest and the best competitor on the team.
Do you think that adds any pressure being the anchor?
I think it goes a little both ways. Being the anchor means that you're just free to let loose and just do you and go big with no hesitations. But also at the same time, it can be a little bit of pressure as you're doing a very hard routine.
Shuli's going to wrap up the floor for the Illini. He's fired up. We're fired up as well.
A lot of fired up going on.
A lot of fired up today.
I'm fired up.
Artlett's score came in, it's a 13-4. And to wrap things up for the Nittany Lions, it's going to be Oxley Karsikis.
Beautiful double layout. Just adds a little flair to it with the arms out. Full double front. Gets a stick. So he's doing a very good job right now. Back 2.5 and gets the stick as well. Now he will display his strength with a straight planche. A little high, but he gets it to the handstand. That's bringing himself extra difficulty points. Beautifully done otherwise.
He's a sophomore from Finland. He actually competed on the Finland national team for 11 years.
Yeah, so he's got a name for himself on the international world as well. A little hoppy, but very nice in the air. And he gets a stick. Beautiful routine. I'm sure Penn State will be very happy, and so will the Illini, about that floor rotation.
And it was a good start for both teams. Shuli's score pops in. It's a 13-6. So after the floor rotation, Illinois is going to have 53.85 to their name. We're going to wait for the rest of Penn State's score. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break on Big Ten Plus. And welcome back here to Huff Hall. And Hassan, a little bit of a change in the score. Penn State bumps up to a 54 flat.
Yep.
Why is that?
So after a gymnast performs their routine, if they see a difficulty, if their start value is not what they should be, the judges may have done a miscalculations. The coaches on that team has 5 minutes to put an inquiry in to change it. And I'm pretty sure that's what they did over there, which allowed them to get a 10th and a half back.
And that's why our graphic was incorrect there, because there was added, so it's 54. Now we're going to flash on over to the Pommel horse, where Ethan Dick is going to start it off for the Penn State Nittany Lions, the grad student from New Zealand.
Yep. And on this event, it is very crucial that you keep your hips elevated to clear those pommel horse. Any hip break will not only incur in a deduction, but also you just struggling to finish that routine. So keeping that rhythm, that was very nice, but he did finish on the wrong side of the pommel horse. He was supposed to dismount off on the other side. It will be a medium deduction, but otherwise that was a very nice routine done by Ethan.
And there's a familiar name missing in the Pommel horse lineup. We'll talk about that in a few moments, as Connor Miklos, the junior, is going to take the Pommel horse. He had a 13.45 last week in the try.
Connor Miklos is a very clean pommel horse worker. He's just kind of always clean, no matter what type of adversity hits his way.
He's from Chesapeake, Virginia.
There's a nice scissor to the outside. Now he's going to work on his flops. A little split, but manages to stay really well. Good tong fei. Now to his travels. Beautifully done. Got 2 more skills. A woo. And now as he winds up for the dismount, gets it up nice and smooth, and finishes on the right side. Very well routine done by Connor Miklos. Hyping the crowd up. That's what we like to see. That's work.
A really good start there. Now the Illini are missing Brandon Dang because of his performance in the Winter Cup. He's on assignment in Baku right now, representing the United States of America.
Yeah, so Brandon currently is suffering from success in a sense. He's able to make senior national team, which is amazing. He's in Baku competing for the national team. He's doing very well, but that does mean that he will not be competing here, and he is a crucial part to this pommel horse rotation.
So the Illini will miss him. Now for the Nittany Lions, it's going to be Kasper Garnzarek. He got a 13-7 last week. That was in the win against Stanford. And he's looking to start his routine in just a few moments.
Pommel horse can be the scariest event to compete. I personally can say that it is, just because there's a very small room for error.
And Dick's score came in, it's a 12.65.
Very good Roth as well. Good tongue fei. He's keeping the swing. He's looking good. A little bit of a skew on the Magyar Salvato, but he's just flying through this routine. Beautiful dismount. Couldn't have gone much better than that.
They're the number 7 pommel horse team in the country. Illinois is number 1.
Yep.
But like you said, without Brandon Dang, it's going to be tough. Miklos' score comes in, it's a 13-3.
Yeah, Brandon Dang is just, as we know, he's a pommel horse specialist, so he only does pommel horse. And his start is on the international level. But this guy, Max, he is also a pommel horse specialist, and he's just behind Dang. And let's see what he can put up today. He's a senior. Let's see how he puts up.
Farkadu from Illinois, Buffalo Grove, the northwest suburbs of Chicago. 2023 NCAA Pommel Horse All-American, and also in 23 he was second team All-Big Ten.
Good scissor. He just slices through the air as he swings. Beautiful flops. Very nicely done as well. That is a very unique skill not a lot of people do, and he does it very well. Oh, and his hand just slips.
And this is always a tough moment if you want to talk about it, as you are a gymnast on this team. We'll see the replay. How hard is it to collect yourself after a slip like that?
It can be hard, but for me, I just need to continue to trust my training, as I put a lot of numbers into this, and so has he. And he can finish this up really well. And that's what they need to do. Goes up for the dismount. Oh, and he does not dismount on the right side. But very, very well, very good attempt by Park.
Gornzerik's score was a 13.15. We're going to see his dismount right here.
Yeah, so he was supposed to pirouette down the horse and finish facing or going towards the judges. But like I said, this is a very hard event to compete.
Now it's going to be Landon Simpson, the sophomore from Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. He got a 13 flat last week. And he actually competed in the finals at the NCAA championships, last year.
Beautiful tongue play. Now he goes on to his flare sequence. He has beautiful flares, very extended. Side travel. Slicing through this routine. It's going very well for him. Little struggle, but he gets the dismount up. Beautiful. Now you can see he did an extra pirouette. That does bring extra difficulty points as well.
So good routine there from Simpson. We're going to see it one more time, the extra pirouette that you just talked about. And with how close the first rotation is, it seems that every point is going to matter today.
Every single tenth.
And now it's going to be Will Hauk.
Will is a very good pommel horse swinger too. He just very clean in execution. He's gonna start with a skill called a McCulloch, which an American gymnast came up with, Sam McCulloch. And he does a scissor all the way down the horse and goes back in. Very nicely done there. Slicing through this routine. Oh, a little struggle to gather himself. Good fight, very good fight. And there it is. It's just the moment you use a little too much effort on horse, the energy just goes down. So he needs to take his 30 seconds, make sure he breathes, recollects himself, and goes up and minimizes everything.
And Farkadu's score came in, it's at 11.65. They're going to need a strong response here from their final two men if they want to keep this even. Landon Simpson got a 12.95 for the Nittany Lions.
And struggle there as well. But good finish, overall good finish. Oh, he's waiting to see if that is a credit dismount. If he does not go up into the handstand in a smooth motion, then the judges will take away credit for the dismount, which can be a costly mistake.
So not the two best routines they could have had, and it's like you said, when you miss out on Brandon Dang, it's really going to hurt you as a team just because of what he brings to the team.
For sure.
And then the anchor for Penn State, it's going to be Josh Carnes, who we've talked about time and time again. He got a 13.7 last time out.
Let's see what Josh can put up. I mentioned of it, yeah, he's a very consistent gymnast. He goes up, just does what he needs to do. Beautiful Russian flop. And he does a Busanari. Oh, very, very difficult skill. Unfortunately, he did need to dismount the horse. He was supposed to go back up, do a full pirouette, and come back down into the flares.
And like you said, the difficulty on that is
It is
hard to deal with.
Yes.
And he'll take his full 30 seconds before getting back on.
Yes, you need to utilize every single second to rest and recollect yourself. Little leg split there, but he's coming back from this fall very well, and a beautiful dismount.
So good response there by Carnes, who was actually on the 2024 U.S. Olympic Trials team. So Penn State wraps up the pommel horse, and Will Hauk's score comes in. It's a 9-5, so they're going to need a strong performance here from Preston Nye
For sure.
if they want to keep it close. Nye, a sophomore from Elk Grove, California.
I'm not gonna say anything about this routine, just let it speak for itself. Just got this really nice swing. Into his flops, beautiful. This sequence right here. Triple Russian in the middle, beautifully done. A little struggle, needs to keep it together. Nice. And he's fighting through this routine. All right, good comeback for the Illini. A little rough during the routine, but he did manage to stay on horse, which is very crucial.
Like you said, important. Josh Carnes had a 12.05. We'll wait to see what Nye's final score is, but not the rotation the Fighting Illini wanted. Penn State starting to pull away, but still a lot of time left here on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back here to Huff Hall. Andrew Berkey alongside Hassan Idodu. We're going to take a look at a couple of the replays from floor and from the pommel horse. But after a rough rotation from the Fighting Illini, Penn State's up 104.6 to 100.4. We'll have those scores for you momentarily, but a couple of rough falls really hurt the Illini last rotation.
Yeah. It is unlike Illini to have such a rough pommel horse rotation, but each event is a new event for them to come back. And that being said, there's 4 more events to go. That means that we're only 1/3 of the way done with the competition, so there's still plenty of time to make up.
And that last score there came in as a 12, trying to make up some lost ground. Looking at Illinois' rings, those are the season highs for the 4 competing today. And the Illini have had to deal with injuries. Brandon Ding's on assignment right now, like we spoke about moments ago. And we're going to look at Penn State's pommel horse results right there. Josh Carnes, the only one that fell off. He had a 12.05. But the rest of those 3 scores, very impressive from the Nittany Lions. And we'll wait to see the rings right here. This is going to be the lineup for Penn State. And Matt Underhill with the high of 14.2. We haven't seen him yet today. This will be his debut here in Champaign. The junior from Wisconsin, so didn't grow up too far from here, only about 4 hours away, but made the move to Happy Valley. This is where we're at right now. Illinois down by 4 points after a rough rotation. We're talking during the break. It's not over till it's over, but with the difficulty scores Penn State brings, it's going to be difficult to catch back up.
For sure. Yeah, we have 4 events that is left to go, so if we're able to average 1 point back for each event, we still have a chance. But like we said, Penn State's going to need to mess up as they have more difficulty on us. Illinois is an execution team, so let's see what Ryan can do here.
It's going to be Ryan Van Ischternot, the junior from Plainfield, Illinois.
Starting off with a back rise cross. Very well done. Good hold. Nice kip to L as well.
He had a 12.65 last week in the tri-meet.
Rings is super important about making sure that you're holding your positions for the right amount of time, which is 3 seconds. Little bent arms going to the handstand. Giant as well. Now he's gearing up for the dismount. So tuck half-half. Good landing. Good routine by Rye.
And my favorite part about Ryan is his last name is so long, they only put Van on the back of his uniform. Had to shorten it just a bit.
Yeah.
But it works out for him.
Just a little bit.
Now moving on over to Penn State. It's going to be Oxley Karsikis, his second appearance of the day. He had a 13.15 last week against Stanford in the upset win.
Oxley does have more strength moves in his routine than Ryan. Starts off with a back uprise planche. Very nice done. Lowers into the Maltese. 2 very difficult positions to hold. Gets it done. Goes to Yamawaki to Giannisson handstand. A little short of it, but brings it back. Lowers into the straight planche. This routine is packed with strength skills. Double-double. A small hop backwards. That's a very good routine, and Penn State will be happy about that.
We'll take one more look at the dismount here, and like you said, impressive routine and an impressive start from the first guy up. And now it's going to be Garrett Shuley, who's having himself a busy day. He's competed in every event so far. Not pommel horse, thanks for the correction there. He's competed on floor already today. So not as busy as I once said, but busy right now.
Yeah, just needs to stay focused right here. Beautiful kip L. Now this is a straight to handstand. Very nicely done. Good handstand position. Gotta do it into the Janssen. Straight into the handstand. Good fight there as well. Needs to give it all he's got here. Good save there as well. See if he could put the dismount. And yes, he can. Hop backwards, but a very clean executed routine by Garrett Schooley.
And Vinesh Thernot score a 12-4-5. And Shuli with a good performance there, trying to boost their scores now. Karsikis' score of 13.45. So you said it right after the event. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're a Nittany Lions fan.
For sure, for sure.
Now it's going to be Ian Robel from Zurich, Switzerland, starting things off in the second spot for Penn State.
Penn State has a lot of international competitors, as you can see. Akseli from Finland and Ian from Switzerland. Ian starts it with a back uprise Maltese, beautifully done.
And Shuli's score came in at 12.25.
And a Hamna to Maltese, very flat. As you can tell, he is very strong. Just a cross hold, beautifully done as well. This routine's got a really nice flow to it. He's able to hold those handstands super nice. Good Giannis into handstand. And a double-double. Hop backwards, but a very nicely executed routine from Ian as well.
And Penn State, who, like we said, if Illinois can't find a way to get back into this, they're starting to pull away.
They are.
And after not the two best performances they've seen on still rings, it's going to be Logan Myers.
Logan Myers has been a rock for the Illini on this event as well.
Illinois is the number 6 still rings team in the country. Penn State, the number 5.
Very nicely done. Very good holds right there. Just keep it up. Back uprise cross, nice and level as well. You can see the Illini in the back just huddling up, just cheering him on. That was very nicely done as well. You could just see he is as still as a log, and that's his nickname, as we call him a log. So he winds up for the dismount. Beautiful. Very nice executed routine by Logan.
Myers, a 5th year from Morrison, Colorado, so also his last meet here at Huff Hall. And now it's going to be Matthew Underhill for Penn State.
Matthew Underhill was at Winter Cup, which is the U.S. National Championships, just competing on the still rings, which goes to show that he's got really high start value and he's able to execute this routine really well. It contains multiple string skills back to back to back, and it is a very tiring routine, so he needs to make sure his breathing is proper and stay focused throughout. Let's see what he can put up. The back uprise Maltese, beautiful, and he presses it up to the planche, super difficult, into the cross, 3 back to back. Wind up, cast a handstand, to a back uprise planche, another very highly difficult skill, into the Maltese. Doing a very good job here. Just a dismount left. Oh my goodness, and he gets the stick. A little shrug, and back to the boys.
And he's feeling it after a great performance. Like you said, very, very good. He was an All-American on still rings only as a freshman. He got 6 in the Big Ten Umrings last year also competed in the NCAA championships.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be Preston Nye, the anchor spot for Illinois.
Second anchor spot for the sophomore here.
And they're going to need a good performance. Logan Meyer's got a 13.25, but you'd like a similar score here if you're fighting the line, I think.
Yep. Beautiful Azarian. Into the back uprise cross. And a nice back lever. Now he's going to need to keep this routine moving. Giannisson to handstand, beautifully done there. Nice back giant. Now put this dismount down. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Small step backwards. Good performance by Preston.
And like you said, a good performance trying to bring Illinois back into it. Ian Robble had a 13.4. We're still waiting on Underhill's score. But the anchor spot for Penn State's going to be Josh Carnes. As you hear the ILL-INI chants rolling in as Carnes is about to take the still rings. And the Illini faithful trying to do whatever they can to get their boys back in it.
So super important. Josh Carnes, he does not have the difficulty that we've seen from previous competitors, but he does have very nice execution. So let's see what he can put up. Back uprise planche, nicely done. And a straight into the handstand. We saw that from Garrett. Beautiful Yamawaki to a handstand or Giannisson. Giving up a little swing. Brings it back. Lines up for the dismount. Lay double-double, super difficult. Gets it done, a little hop forwards. Good routine by Carnes.
Preston Nye got a 13.4 as we see Carnes' replay here. You said that small hop forward. But again, another really impressive rotation from Penn State. Illinois score with that 13.4 comes out to 151.75 after 3 rotations. We'll wait on Penn State's score, and we'll get that to you right after this break as we're halfway through on Big Ten Plus. And welcome back to Huff Hall. As we start with the vault, it's going to be Penn State up first. Kellen Ryan, his first appearance of the day, the grad student from Janesville, Wisconsin. And he's actually got a pretty interesting story. From 2021 to 2024, he was on the Minnesota club team. Wasn't even on an NCAA men's gym team, except now he's coming here, and like you saw, a pretty impressive start for him.
Very nice. It's called a cos 1.5. It's a round off with 2.5 twists. Difficult vault. Nicely done by Kellen.
And now, for the Illinois Fighting Illini, it's going to be Matthew Wynn, the freshman we talked about in the open. Illinois is the #1 team in the country on vault. Penn State, number 6. So if Illinois wants to make up ground, this is the event to do it in.
For sure. Beautiful. Gets the stick, hyping up the crowd. That's what we're talking about. Those are the sticks that we need, or that they need, to bring themselves back from this deficit.
And you saw it right there, hyping the crowd up. That might be the energy the Fighting Illini needed to fight back into this one. Matthew Wynn with a really strong start.
Super important that they start some type of momentum, because once the ball gets rolling, for both teams, it's hard to stop.
Kellen Ryan got a 13-8. This is Matt Cormier, the grad student from Milton, Massachusetts, taking the vault now.
Really powerful vault. Unfortunately, had to take that big step forward. Sometimes it's very tricky on vault to control your power. If you go for the stick at all times, you might under-rotate it, but if you go for a good vault, then sometimes you just overpower it like he did there.
Now it's going to be Preston Nye, the sophomore, his season high of 14.15. And here he goes.
Lines up. Oh, well, tossing mistake. Fortunately, had to put his hand down.
We'll see it one more time here.
Just like I said, going for those sticks, it's important, but you have to make sure you have enough power to land the vault as well.
Matthew Wynn had a 14.25 to start things off. And now it's going to be Landon Simpson for Penn State as Cormier got a 13-6. Here's Simpson.
Good landing by Simpson. He does go out of bounds, but that will only incur in a 1/10 deduction. Very clean in the air.
Nye got a 12.55. And you want to talk about the heart of this team, here he is, Amari Sewell, the captain, in his final vault here in Huff Hall.
Let's make it a good one. Amari is very powerful, like I said, on floor, and so he just goes sky high.
It's almost like he has springs in his legs.
Yeah. Important to breathe. The team go. Wow, beautiful. Just a small hop forward. He's hyped up.
Celebration might be better than the vault itself.
I'm not so sure. That vault was absolutely gorgeous.
I don't know. You got to look at this celebration, though.
I'd say they're about time.
We'll agree with that. And now, in last for Penn State, it's going to be Michael Giroux, another grad student, one of the many on this team. He's from Northville, Michigan, making his first appearance today. He didn't compete against Stanford, but he's back in action right now.
Michael Giroux is a very well-executed gymnast as well.
Simpson got a 13-9, so Giroux's going to want a strong finish as well.
Beautiful vault. Beautiful vault. You see, Penn State just put up 4 really clean and consistent vaults, all doing the cos 1.5. But we could see Garrett Schooley has extra difficulty on this vault. He's going to do a cos double full, which is 3 twists instead of 2.5. he can get this vault done like no problem.
And you talk about the importance of breathing. He's taking his time here.
Yep.
Before anchoring.
And he over-rotates it. It's truly spectacular vault done by Garrett.
And we're seeing the replay here. Giroux's score comes in. It's a 13.85, so that boosts Penn State's final score to 213.45. Amari Sewell got a 14.25. We'll wait for Schooley's score in a few moments. But right now, Penn State still in firm control after an impressive vault rotation. We'll be right back after this break. And welcome back to Huff Hall, Illinois, taking on Penn State, but Penn State is firmly in the lead. Andrew Berkey alongside Hassan Idodu. And thanks to a really strong performance on the still rings and on pommel horse, Penn State's in the lead, but you mentioned it during the break. Even though Illinois had a fall on vault, they still beat the Nittany Lions in the event.
Yeah, they did. Like I said, the Fighting Illini are ranked #1 in the country on vault. So it just goes to show how, as you can see, they had the 55.3, and the Penn State had 55.15.
And still the big difference being that pommel horse where Illinois suffered 2 falls, fell behind by 4 points there, and then the 2 more points
That pommel horse was a costly mistake for the Fighting Illini.
Now we're going to turn our attention on over to the P-bars. And if anything's going to happen to get Illinois back in this, it's going to have to happen soon. Let's look at the vault results there that pushed Illinois to 207. A strong performance by Amari Sewell in his final event here as an Illini in Huff Hall. And we are just moments away from the P-bars. We're going to look at the season highs too. Connor Miklos back in the lineup. Dylan Shepard going to make his first appearance of today.
Yep.
He didn't compete last week, but he's put in the lineup this week. And something I was able to talk to them about before is the injuries you guys have suffered. Even yourself, you suffered an injury. How tough is that for a team to build back up?
You know, Fighting Illini had a year, you know, just adversity after adversity. We have one of our, top guys just out injured, Sam Phillips. Same with Tate Costa, the reigning NCAA champ on high bar. It's just the difficulty has gone down low, especially on rings. But that doesn't mean that Illini can't pull through in this competition right here.
I know the team's hoping to get Tate Costa back soon. A couple of you guys are out for the season. But
yeah.
Even before we were talking, you guys are very positive. You've dealt with a lot of adversity. Mm-hmm. It's always tough to see injuries happen. Penn State's dealt with some of the same stuff, but their team is just so deep like you guys are. It's been an impressive season for the Nittany Lions and the Fighting Illini.
Indeed.
And now it's going to be Connor Miklos, the junior, to start things out on the P-bars.
Connor has been looking very good on this event. Does have a unique routine as well.
Miklos, a junior from Virginia. A couple years ago, he was a finalist for Illinois Freshman of the Year. One of the few accolades to his name, and he's going to get it started off right now.
Bounce. Whip it to handstand, beautiful. He's going to go giant into a giant straddle cut. Unique skill. He straddles his legs and pulls him through right at the last moment. Little struggle there. Fights it really good. And a peach straddle cut. Good routine so far for him. Now, above bar. Diamondov stood. Struggle there as well. Now wind up, get a good dismount in. Good landing. A fight for the routine, but very well done.
And a good start for Illinois. We'll see a quick replay here of that landing.
Just a small hop.
And now for Penn State, it's going to be Kasper Garnzarek, the junior. He was 5th on the P-bars at the FIG World Cup Challenge for Poland. And like you said, a lot of international guys on this team. New Zealand, Poland, Switzerland, Finland. It's a deep pipeline over there in Europe for Coach Jepsen.
Yeah, that's for sure. And there's a good reason why, Penn State tends to pick up these international guys is because they have that international experience as well, so they can compete well.
And Garnzarek has a lot of experience. He competed in the finals at the NCAA championships last year. And there's a reason they're ranked 6th in the country they're ranked 6th in the country, but on B-bars they're ranked 4th compared to Illinois' 7th. And here's Garnzarek.
Gonna start off the Nittany Lions. Same start as Connor Miklos, so whip it to handstand. So a peach handstand to a back giant. Very tricky skill there called the Makoots. He has to perfectly balance on that one bar. Into the Healy. A smooth routine right now. Diamidov into the Stutz. And a double front dismount into a stuck landing. As he celebrates. Beautiful routine by Casper.
We'll see it one more time here. The celebration just as good, like you said. And Garnzarek with a fantastic start for Penn State. Miklo's score comes in, it's a 12.1. And it's going to be Dylan Shepard, like we said, making his first appearance of the day. Shepard, a sophomore from Orlando, Florida. Also a Big Ten Plus alum. I actually got to call and meet with him last year. And you've taken his spot today, but we hope to see both of you out there soon.
Yep.
It's different being back here in the booth, but yeah, at least you still get to watch. You still get to have some fun.
Yeah, just cheering the boys on.
Here's Shepard.
Beautiful whip it. Now he's got a skill called the Bobzar. Not many do. Full length of the bars, he travels and gets it done beautifully. Into the Tapel. Nicely done. Shepard does have a very unique routine with this skill too as well. It's a hop half into the Moy L. Now his dismount is very unique. We'll only see it done by him today. He dismounts off the end of the P-bars and sticks the landing with a double pike. And there's the celly. There's the celly.
Saw the camera on him, so he hit the celly. We're going to see it one more time. You said this is the only gymnast we'll see do this dismount today, and he was able to stick it.
For sure.
Only one event, didn't compete last week, but he made the most of it this week, helping the Illini out and trying to close the gap between these two teams.
That will be a good score for them.
And Garnzarek, speaking of good scores, he had a good one, 13-3 to start it out. It's going to be Ian Robble now. He got an 11.95 last week. He's a team captain last year and this year, named a Big Ten gymnast to watch. And he actually competed on the P-bars in the 2023 NCAA championships. And you talk about the experience that Illinois doesn't have right now because of injuries. Well, Penn State has a ton of experience.
For sure. All these guys have competed at a very high level. So the pressure, if we're talking about pressure, this may just seem like a walk in the park for them.
And they only have one freshman on their team. It's Bobby Alessio, and he's a redshirt freshman. So they don't even have a single true freshman on their team.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the Fighting Illini, including yourself, have multiple true freshmen competing for them.
Yep. So the experience does pull through for competitions like this. But let's see what he could put up.
And here is Robble. And he'll start his routine right now.
He has an interesting mount as well. Starts with a peach half. Beautifully done. Peach handstand. Goes into the drop cast, whip it, floats into the air. Tricky skill done beautifully. Called him a Koos, like we said. Almost lost it there on the Healy. Beautiful Stutz. Diamidov. This is looking amazing. Oh my God. That was, I don't think he could have done that much better in my opinion.
He saw Dylan Shepard go out there and perform, so he decided to try to one-up him right here. We're seeing the dismount again, the stick, and a beautiful routine there from the junior from Switzerland. Speaking of Dylan Shepard, he got a 13.45.
Yep, those sticks add up. The difference between a stick and a step is around 5/10. So those landings are super important, and that's what you need to look out for as well.
And here's one of the freshmen we were talking about moments ago, Matthew Wynn. Last week he had a 14.05. His career high was set last week. Before that, he set his career high at number 2 Oklahoma, so he shows up in the biggest moments, and they're going to need him to show up right now.
Beautiful, giant Dion, very unique skill and difficult.
Now.
Beautiful, giant Dion, very unique skill and difficult. Whip it to handstand, just floats it. And a very nice Healy. Very nice. Beautiful studs too. Needs to put this dismount down. Beautiful. And that routine was very nice as well. Matthew's just been a consistent, solid hitter on P-bars. This P-bar rotation is going very, very well for both the Nittany Lions and the Fighting Illini. But since the Nittany Lions did have that huge upper hand going into P-bars, it will not be enough for the Fighting Illini just to make that ground up.
And especially when you have Robble getting a 13.8 like he just did on P-bars.
Yeah.
One's up, Dylan Shepard's 13.45. Win with an impressive routine too, and now it's going to be Matt Cormier, another grad student. He had a 12.65 last week, and he brings a ton of experience as well. He has 3 All-American honors on P-bars, and he's a team captain for the last 3 seasons.
Yep. Matt is a beautiful P-bar worker as well.
And here he goes.
Peach handstand. Very difficult skill, a front upright stutz. And another difficult skill called the Macouse, which is packed with difficulty, and he's getting it done really well. Lines up for the dismount. Almost gets the stake, but very nicely done as well.
Speaking of nicely done, Matthew Wynn with a 13.75. So he can't do as well as he did last week, but for sure the Illini are going to take that score as Cormier wraps up his routine on that replay.
They're going to need everything they can get.
And now it's going to be Will Hauk, the 5th-year senior. We've got a 13.4. He was a 2024 All-American in this event, along with a 2024 All-American in Pommel horse. And he's making a 2-time All-American on the P-bars. In 2023, earned the same honor as well. And the team captain looking to put his mark here in his final meet at Huff Hall.
He's got beautiful lines on this event. Beautiful peach half. And a peach handstand. Into the studs. We're gonna do a similar skill. The bobs are very well done. Super difficult. And into the tapel right here. Nicely done. A little struggle. Just needs to put this dismount down. And a nice dismount as well. Big step. The final routine in Huff Hall for Will.
Definitely a bittersweet moment, but he's done so much for this Illinois team in his time here.
He for sure has.
We'll get his score in a few moments. Cormier's score came in. It was a 13-2. And Josh Carnes, who it feels like has anchored almost every event for the Nittany Lions, is doing it yet again here on the P-bars.
And Josh Carnes' P-bars, just like his floor or like the rest of the events, it's just nonchalant. It looks like he just does not care, and he just does it world class.
Well, I will say, as somebody that can't do any of these events, you all make it look nonchalant and effortless.
Yeah. You'll see how nonchalant. He's probably more nonchalant among the nonchalant.
About as nonchalant as you can get.
But does the fact that he makes it look nonchalant means that he is chalant? Because he cares to make it look like he's nonchalant?
I guess so. I mean, he's about as nonchalant as you can get, but if you're being chalant while being nonchalant,
then that makes it chalant. So we'll see. We'll let the routine judge. And he is a rock on this event.
And here he goes.
Yeah, that was nonchalant. That was really nice done as well. Beautiful Makuts. And more. He does this skill the most nonchalant in the NCAA, the bobs are. And the Tapel just goes flying. And can he stick this dismount? If he can, he's nonchalant. Oh, yeah, that was still nonchalant, but really good landing.
Well, there's going to be nothing nonchalant about that score. They're going to need it as they push this lead over the Fighting Illini as we wrap up rotation number 5. We'll see a quick replay before we head to break, but Illinois' last hope coming up on the high bar. Will Hauk's score comes in. It's a 12-9. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back here to Huff Hall one final time. Andrew Berkey alongside Hassan Idodu. And we were talking during the break, Illinois is going to have to use all the black magic they know if they want a miracle to happen to take down the number 6 team in the country. It's going to be a tough ask, but Penn State's going to start it off. It's going to be Michael Artlip in that starting spot.
Second event for Artlip today. A unique mount called a Jaeger, or I think. The top half, straight to handstand. Ginger, a little close, works with it really well. Beautiful jam to handstand. So finish this routine up. Good quads. And a lay half-half with a stuck dismount.
And another impressive start for Penn State.
I like how Artlip celebrates before presenting to the judges. As there, and then he salutes.
And a great start for Penn State yet again. And Illinois is going to try to replicate that with Vahe Petrosian making another appearance today. The Los Angeles, California native.
Vahe made so much progress on this event. It's really nice to be able to see him compete. He's put a lot of hard work and effort to making lineup.
His high bar was 13.6 last week. That's actually good for a career high. And he's going to want to do that again to boost this Illinois score as Penn State's run away with it. And Petrosian's going to start it off here.
They need everything they can get to even have a chance.
And the anticipation builds for the sophomore takes the bar, and here he goes.
Gonna start off the top with the handstand, beautiful. Same thing, but one less twist. Gets it done. Unique skill. Piatti catches it beautifully. Flying giant into the stalder. Needs to find this dismount. Tops a little early. Hop forward, but no fall.
And you can see he's trying his best to hype up his teammates who are all watching by his side. Artlip's score comes in at 13.6 as we check out the dismount from Petrosian. And a little hop forward, but all in all, a pretty impressive routine before Kasper Garnzarek takes the bar for the Nittany Lions. Garnzarek last week got a 12.65. His career high being a 13.95.
Yep.
So some room for improvement based off the score he put up against the Stanford Cardinal last week.
Let's see what he can do today. Had a beautiful P-bar routine. Looking to replicate that here as well on high bar. Endo mount into the Zuliman. Top half straight to handstand. Here comes the releases. Coleman, very difficult, done very well. Flying high, pike to Kachev. Same thing in a straddle. Routine's going so well. He's got just a dismount left. And finds it. Penn State is having themselves a day.
And I agree with you, having themselves a day, and so is Garnzarek, who's had a very impressive performance today in Champaign. And you see the stick right there, and that just sums up how Penn State's day has gone. Petrosian gets a 12.85 in the start of his routine, and now they shift focus on over to Matthew Wynn. And the freshman takes his time before taking the high bar. He also had a 12.65 last week, looking to improve that score today. His career high being a 13-4 as he starts it off.
And do the same skill, the talk half, done beautifully. He's going to do this Takachev in a late position, catches it nice into the stall there, and inside stall there. Oh, and his grip does kind of shift a little bit, but picks it up nice. The jam, beautiful. To the inverted giants, steezy pirouette. One arm giant. And I just got the dismount left. He needs to stick it. And there it is.
And about as loud as the crowd has been all day, Matthew Wynn continuing his impressive performance. And a good way to end his day off. Your fellow freshman with an impressive stick.
See, hyped up.
And Illinois, the number 6 high bar team in the country, as Penn State's the number 5. And Garnzarek score a 13-4-5 before Oxley Karsikis.
I believe it's pronounced Oxley. Oxley does have a beautiful swing on high bar as well. Talk half, nice done. Nicely done. Winds up into the Coleman. Fingertips, but he catches it. Straight to Kachev, beautifully done. Very nicely done jam as well. Now he's got just a dismount. Can the Penn State get another stick? Thinking, very nice landing, very nice landing.
I mean, another very good routine from the Nittany Lions. We'll take one more look at it. And they'll take it.
They will.
And Matthew Wynn with a 13-3-5. You talk about how important those sticks are in all of these events, and that stick definitely helped him out there. And now it's going to be Preston Nye.
We saw him earlier today on the pommel horse rings and vault. He needs to trust his training and go into this routine confidently. The one-arm Zuliman, very nicely done. Lines up for the talk half, also very nicely done. Here comes, winds up for his releases. Casina is a very difficult skills, doing it as a sophomore. Same thing in a tuck position. Flying giant, winds up for the dismount. Good landing, hop forward. Very difficult routine. Manages to get it done.
And you talk about how Penn State, a lot of their routines have so many difficulty points added on, and there's Nye with his difficult routine.
For sure. The Casina is a world-class skill done mostly by Olympians.
And now, here's the event everyone's been waiting for, and the guy that everyone's been waiting for on this event, Josh Carnes.
Josh Carnes' routine is packed with difficulty. It's one of the highest starts in the country on this event.
We just saw him do his best event on the parallel bars with a very impressive routine, and like you said, he's going to try to do the exact same thing here.
Let's see what he's got. Zuliman starts with a very unique skill. Beautifully done. Winds up into the Casino. We've been talking about it. And the Coleman. Very impressive. This routine is so difficult. So the top half. Can he, if he finds a stick here, it's going to be a very big score nonetheless. Oh my Lord.
And that's how Penn State is gonna end their day. You see even Ryan Van Ischternot gives him a high five after that routine, an impressive stick.
For sure. You could say that routine was world class in terms of difficulty and execution.
And some could say it was pretty nonchalant too.
Yeah, for sure. Now, speaking of nonchalant, this man is the most nonchalant on this event for our team. We call him Steezus because he's so steezy. Gotta make sure he keeps up the steez today.
Last week, as he grabbed the bar, his grip actually broke right away, so he had to take some extra time to get it.
Yep.
Hopefully no problems this week.
Hopefully not.
Nye got a 13-1. And here is Ryan Van Ischternot and the final competitor for today.
Starts with a beautiful Yamawaki. Going to the top half, everyone's been doing beautifully done. You're gonna see him flare his arms out. That is as good as it can get. Same thing with the straddle. It's hard to find deduction in his routine. Now he just needs to find the dismount. And he does!
It might not have been the day the team wanted, but Van Ischternot does his best to raise the spirits in a pretty solid final routine for Illinois Fighting Illini. With current score coming in, Penn State's going to end the day at 321.75, one of their better scores of the season. And we'll await the final score before we head out of here. But today, Penn State, what stood out to you?
Like, they've been very consistent, you know. It was good routine after good routine after good routine. Usually no major mistakes, and that's what gets the job done in a sport like gymnastics. It's making sure that you're trusting your training, trusting yourself, and trusting the boys that got your back, and going out there and doing the best you can.
And for the Fighting Illini, it wasn't the day they wanted. They struggled on the pommel horse. What do you think Coach Ribeiro is going to do to right the track right now?
You know, Coach Ribeiro has a very strategic approach to his training. We're going to make sure they're going to go back and fix those things that they messed up today, because that's the only thing that they can do. Make sure that as we go into Big Tens and NCAAs and Ohio State soon, that they're going to go out there and ready to perform to their max potential.
And like I said, we're waiting for the final score. Van Ischternot gets a 13-4, so Illinois' final score is going to come to 312.45. And they're going to lose to the number 16 in the country, Penn State, 321.75 today on Big Ten Plus. It is Senior Day, so we're going to stay live for awards and the senior ceremony, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break on Big Ten Plus.
Good afternoon. Here are this afternoon's unofficial results from today's meet. First, in the floor, with a score of 13.750 from Penn State, Josh Carnes. First, in the Pommel course, with a score of 13.300 from Illinois, Connor Miklos. In the rings, with a score of 13.550, your winner this afternoon from Penn State, Matthew Underhill. In the vault, a three-way tie for first place this afternoon with a score of 14.250 from Illinois, Garrett Schooley. From Illinois, Matthew Quinn. And from Illinois, Amari Sewell. In the parallel bars, the winner with a score of 13.900 from Penn State, Josh Carnes. In the high bar, our winner this afternoon with a score of 13.850, again from Penn State, Josh Carnes. The final team scores in today's competition, these are unofficial results. In second place with a team score of 312.550, our Fighting Illini. And winning the meet this afternoon with a score of 321.750, Penn State. Fans, we thank you for your support of Illinois men's gymnastics. Please stand by as our senior ceremony will begin shortly. From Westboro, Massachusetts, Jan Engelbert Portion joined the Illini in 2022 and made his Illini debut at the Windy City Invitational. During his time competing for the Orange and Blue, he scored career highs of 13.500 on the floor, 13.500 on still rings, and 13.350 on parallel bars. Jan transitioned to the role of team manager and has been invaluable to Illinois men's gymnastics operations ever since. Jan is pursuing a degree in bioengineering and exploring his opportunities in the field after graduation. Today, Jan is escorted by his roommate and teammate, Max Parkman. Fans, give it up for Jan Engelbert Portion. Max Parkano, a Pommel specialist from Buffalo Grove, Illinois. Max has been part of the Fighting Illini program since 2022. During his time representing the Orange and Blue, Max earned his career high 14.600 on the Pommel horse at the EBO Collegiate Open on February 9, 2024. He was a postseason NCAA All-American in 2023 and earned academic All-Make $10 in 2023 and 2024. Max is a chemistry major who plans to take a gap year working in research before beginning a PhD program in chemistry. Max is escorted by his mother, Victoria Parkadu, father, Artisan Parkadu, and girlfriend, Catherine Plugman. Fans, give it up for Max Parkadu. Amari Sewell. An all-around gymnast from Bowie, Maryland, Amari has been a part of the Fighting Illini program since 2023 after transferring from Iowa. During his time as a collegiate gymnast, Amari has earned career highs of 12.900 on the Pommel horse, 13.000 on the high bar, 14.000 on the floor, and 14.900 on the vault. He recently broke into the Illini Careers Titles Top 10 list for vaults on January 18, 2025. Amari is pursuing a master's in public health. After graduation, he plans to go into social work and preventative health services. Amari is escorted by his parents, Aaliyah and Andrew Sewell. Fans, give it up for Amari Sewell. Will Houck. A Pommel horse and parallel bar gymnast from Indianapolis, Indiana. Will has been part of the Fighting Illini program since 2021. During his time as a collegiate gymnast, Will has earned career highs of 14.400 on the Pommel horse and 14.650 on the parallel bars. He was named an NCAA postseason All-American on the parallel bars in 2023, a three-time academic All-Big Ten honoree, and an event management captain for the 2024 season. Will earned a bachelor's degree in recreation, sports, and tourism with a concentration in tourism in 2024, and he is currently pursuing a master's in human resources and industrial relations. The Fans, at this time, please direct your attention to this video board.